welcome. Welcome to Hack Mankind's interviewee today. We've got Ajay Stevens with us. So excited to be here. And hi on TikTok as well. It's so weird. I see my reflection on TikTok through the camera and the screen. I'm loving it and so excited to welcome Ajay Stevens here at hackmankind.com. Ajay is a singer-songwriter originally from Montego Bay, Jamaica, guys. And he brings that beautiful energy with him. He's been living in Rochester, New York for over 7 years now, and he started singing in the church choir at the age of 10 only. Then he started recording songs and releasing them online at the age of 15, guys, 15. So if you're bored in the house and you don't know what to do, you know exactly what to do. You can do what AJ did and follow your passions. Now he's got over 2 million followers on TikTok, and that's why he's actually, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see he's holding the screen, the phone, and he's got his TikTok followers live with us today. So hey guys, a big shout out to you on TikTok. And I'm so excited to have you here, AJ. And one of the things I wanted to start with is one of the things that you say, and this is why you never give up and you never take no for an answer. Stay dedicated in what you believe in and never lose focus. So can you tell us a little bit more about what you mean by that?
Well, definitely. So basically, life comes with obstacles, and when you go through life phases and the hardship hits you, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're trying to pursue, whether music, business, or it don't matter, school, work, college, university, it don't matter what you're doing. There's going to be hard times, you know what I mean? And it's up to you as a person, as a being, an individual, to be like, hey, no matter what happens, I'm never going to lose hope. I'm going to stay dedicated and I'm going to grind. I'm going to tough it out and I'm going to go through this like 100. So that's what I mean by that, Don't give up on your dreams. Don't matter what obstacle comes your way. Don't blight your future just because of doubt. Stay pushing. Build that mentality, accept what life throws at you and turn that into positivity, you know what I mean? So just embrace it. And that's what I meant by it.
So I'd love to expand on that even more, because I'm sure there were moments, especially you had challenging times. What happened that you just kept going and you just kept going? What challenges showed up and how did you overcome them?
Well, challenges for me, for one, in the United States, I've been here 7 years now, so I can remember properly. I've been hit with hard challenges. Like, my first year in the United States, I lost my granddad back home in Jamaica. And I wasn't able to go to the funeral because at the moment, I wasn't a resident of the United States as yet. And my paperwork was undergo immigration. So you're not allowed to travel back and forth while your paperwork is in immigration going. So that was a really difficult time to actually face right there, you know what I mean? And to know the fact that how close you are with your, grandparents, it even eat you up more inside on the day of the funeral. So it was like a tough battle for me. I wasn't able to work because you cannot work either, you know what I mean? You have to get a work permit from the USCIS, which is the immigration. That one was another thing that hit core because you can't provide, you can't do nothing at all. You just have to sit and wait for your paperwork to be over with. So at that point in time, it was like, wow, what am I going to do? It was a lot of depression on the brain. It was a lot of stress on the brain too, And then coming up further on in life, I finally got my resident card and everything. Then almost a year now it's going. I received the news by working that my mom, kidneys are failing, So she's currently back home in Jamaica going through dialysis, wherein I used to work 3-4 jobs plus do my music. That's why I said, don't give up on your dreams. Even though I was working 3-4 jobs, barely getting a sleep per day, like sometimes an hour, sometimes half an hour, waking up with headaches and stuff like that. I still never falter. I still never once lose hope, and I still never once, blame anyone for it. This is just a time in my life where I have to just pedal to the metal and just keep pushing. So I just try to keep myself afloat and, think of, and I have some great people around me, which is my team, who actually, when I'm going through a difficult time, they actually talk to me, they actually help me out in those kind of senses. So I'm grateful for my team, Creatives of Entertainment LLC. They are really truly amazing. And, after that, now recently, I just lost my grandma and still wasn't able to go to the funeral because it was just so sudden, you know? And with everything that's going on, the pandemic now, everything that's going on, it's like a whole, your heart have to build strong for this, honestly. A lot of people couldn't cope. And my message is just to push across, even to my peoples on TikTok. I know y'all hear me, I'm on an interview right now. Sorry I'm not paying y'all much attention, but my message is just to share with each and every one, like, no matter what obstacle come in life, just, I know it's gonna hurt, but trust me, even today, I'm still hurting, but the public don't know that. I don't show that to the public. You see what I'm saying? I try to show the public that, hey, this is me, I'm very jovial. And through all these pain that's going on, y'all, the viewers, y'all who makes me happy. Because without y'all viewers, I would be over here sitting down thinking, what's my next move in regarding to my mom? Even though I do still think about that, but it would be on a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? So for me to try to find fun things to do to please my fans, please everyone who's out there, and also still working. I still work today, because I still have to take care of my mom, which our medical bills is like $1,200 per month. That have nothing to do with bills here in the US. You know what I'm saying? So I that's all I know. It's just grinding. That's all I know. And I just try to make sure I put the best foot forward in everything I do, no matter what it is. If it even in a word of saying hi, I try to put my best foot forward into saying hi with a big old smile on my face. The first impression is the last. You see what I'm saying? So I just try to make it as fun as possible. So that's a little bit about my life. And I still do music. Still do music every night, every day, putting in the work. So just those are some of the things, that really there for me. I have two beautiful kids, a girl and a boy, and I still got to take care of them. I still got to show them that he's here still. So yes, that's another thing out of life, that I have that y'all don't know. So.
Wow. So thank you so much for sharing that with us and opening up in that way. And I'm so sorry to hear about your grandma and what your mom is going through. And you still, like you're saying, you're still showing up and you still have that energy and you still have that smile and you're still going for it. And when something's hard, that's what I hear you saying. And so would you say that you're focusing on your why? Like you're focusing on what it is that's making you want to be this person, to want to be? Is it because you want to show your kids that achieving your dream is possible? Is it because you want to show your family that you're there for them? Is it because of all of it? Like, what is it that's making you get up? Like it's the passion. There's something else there. What is it?
Great question. What would you, all right, knowing that it takes money to keep Mama Love alive right now, the question is, what wouldn't I do? You see what I'm saying? What wouldn't I do to show her that I got her 100, just the way she got me when I was a child? Growing up out of her womb, not knowing nothing, can't handle and fend for myself. She's my biggest inspiration, watching her working the same, almost 3 jobs. So it's like everything just turned right back around. What I watch her do for us as a mother to her kids is like, that's what I am doing for her. And I have no shame in my game. I'm a mama's boy and I'm proud of it. So what wouldn't I do to prove to her that, hey, I got you, unless there's something that bigger than what money cannot solve. And the most I said, hey, it's her time, then there's nothing else I can do. You see what I'm saying? So it's what wouldn't I do to prove to the world that there's a voice here that's needed to be heard. And you know, I do my best. I'm one of the loving and most caring person ever, you know what I mean? I get a lot of hate, but a lot of people don't know. Like they said, they ever saying, say, you see the shirt pressed on the outside, but you don't know what the inside of the shirt looks like. You know what I mean? So that's just the same thing right there. Like I just go above and beyond in everything I do, and I don't know what I will tell my kids to know that I make such great sacrifices to put into my music to try to achieve it, and then I don't achieve it. The only way I don't achieve it, then it's on me unless I stop. But I'm gonna look at my kids in the next couple of years and tell them, oh, daddy's a failure because daddy gave up on music, daddy gave up on what he was trying to achieve. And then university college fees are not cheap; they're very expensive. You know, bills here in the United States. Uncle Sam want their pie, and if you work a 9 to 5 a day in your life, you know when you get your paycheck, Uncle Sam get pretty much everything. You don't want to live from hand to mouth. You know, you want to be able to live and be able to take care of the people around you. You know, even people who's not around you want to be able to take care of people if someone in need as well. I'm big on that. I'm a big hard person on that. You know, the less fortunate.
Thank you so much for shining light on that. And one of the things you mentioned, I feel is so crucial. I feel like a lot of people out there are like you. They're kind, they're generous, they're caring and sensitive. And sometimes you talked about the t-shirt, it's you could see the outside of the t-shirt, but the inside you don't really know.
Mhm.
And you said you get a lot of hate, and some, I'm sure it's on like even on TikTok or wherever it is, people saying, oh, you're not going to make it or whatever it is. And so as a sensitive soul, I can see how certain people do give up because it hurts too much. How do you handle that? Like, how do you feel when people tell you these things, and how do you just get back up?
Honestly, whenever something like that happens, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a human being. Um, my I try to, like, you have to understand. There's people out there. Their lives are miserable too. And when I said their lives are miserable, it means in a sense where there's just the word "I love you" could change their mind from telling you how black you are, telling you how stupid you are, telling you how this you are, or how much you know what I'm saying. Just the word "I love you" can change that whole thought because they wasn't raised with the word "Oh, I love you." They wasn't raised with affection. So a lot of person who comment on my stuff hating, I mean, you have to remember, I'm a human being. Sometimes it hit core really hard, especially in today's society when people use the racial words to you on your comments on your YouTube and your stuff like that. You know, it's like wow. But at the same time, sometimes I react to it, and then not there's a point in time when I after I react, I look at it. I'm like, you know what? I remove that comment. I remove the negative comment that I say. Don't get me wrong. I don't remove all negative all comment that I've been. I don't remove everything. But at a point in time, I look back in myself and I'm like, okay, this person, let me just look, let me step outside the box for a minute and look at what that person is trying to say to me. I think about it like that sometimes. So how I react to it and how I put myself into it right now, whenever someone, like for example, even last night, I was on TikTok live last night, and a lot of hatred were coming on TikTok live. I don't pay that no mind. What I do is pay the persons who are showing real love and support. Why waste my time on the persons that are showing negativity? If you don't see them, then they're not relevant. But if you see them, you're making them important. There are no factors. Man. So I'm showing the genuine people who really love AJ, who really support AJ. I show them the attention, and that's what I do with every other hatred that comes across my way. I don't pay no mind anymore. I just try to pay attention to the goodness and the people on my life, who on my fan base, and you know even people out there who don't know me. You know, get ready to know that when you walk into AJ's presence or are introduced to AJ, it's just gonna be nothing but vibes, just strictly vibes only. You know what I mean? That's all. I just try to put it like that. I don't worry about the hate.
I completely know what you mean, and that energy is what we're trying. We strive to do with Hack Mankind as well. I feel like that's why we're so much in alignment with what it is that you do, and sometimes you need help, right? You're supported by an incredible team. Last time we spoke, you were talking about your team. It was all about your team,
Yes.
and it's like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't team. And I can tell that it's, we alone, we can't go at it. Well, not that we can't, I'll rephrase that. It's a little harder to go and reframe and shift when we're on our own. So I've been texting on the back end with, not texting, but chatting with Peter, our founder, who's also on the call hidden here on the backstage area. And I have convinced him to allow anyone that signs up for the next 2 hours to Hack Mankind to sign up for free. So if anybody who's following and listening on your TikTok, if they want to sign up for free, they are more than welcome to. And we have access to all the resources that we're providing to our VIPs. So that's a little gift that I managed to dig up. So you guys watching us here, that's for you. And to go a little deeper onto what you were saying about mindset. So today's hack. So every day we have a life hack, and Peter comes in live every morning and shares the hack. And today's hack was good choices need good information. What does that mean to you?
Good choices need good information. No, I would put it in a word or in a sense, good choices need good information. How do you go about making that good choice if you don't already get the information, So
Yeah.
I would probably rephrase it and saying good information leads you to make a good choice. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I would take it. If I'm feed, or I was feed the proper information, then I would analyze it from all different aspects, being how observant I am, and then I try to make the best possible choice I can make. So, keep myself out of being any, I don't know how to explain it, but you get what I'm trying to say.
100%, 100% I do. And in terms of choices, that's also our theme for this week. What are the choices that you're recently making?
The choices that I'm recently making right now is, just never take, I'm worth more than what people are offering, I don't ever settle for less. That's my choices. And I chose to, respect my team and my management because they played a big factor in my life, my career. They're not just here because they're just here because of a label and they're in my music corner or anything. These persons are genuine, are really family. You know what I mean? These persons see me before, was here for me before all this music that y'all are hearing right now. So in Jamaica, we said, we don't say friend, we say family. And this is something, that's a choice that I think I made a pretty good choice in being around these people right there. You know what I
mean? And what would you say during this quarantine, right? I feel for a lot of us, it's kind of a little sabbatical. Right? Everybody's quarantined and things we're doing differently. I know you are the one that turned me into a TikToker.
Oh, wow, really?
It is all you. I didn't get, my cousin had TikTok and she told me about some TikTok and she does all the dancing stuff. She's also 12. And I was like, yeah, no. I felt like I was young, but then all of a sudden I didn't. And then I met you and we spoke, and then I just started following you and I saw your dancing and I saw that you would do some videos in malls before all of this started. It made me laugh, it made me smile, just great energy, great vibes, really. I loved it. And now you've had to change certain things, right? There are certain things that you've had to adapt. So what are the things that you've been doing that you've seized as an opportunity during this time? And I want to use the word as opportunity as, you know, some people might be taking up knitting. Some people might be taking up, you know, I'm learning some computer skills online. Like, what is it that you're doing that you wouldn't have done if it wasn't for this quarantine?
Well, honestly, that's a great question because I've been doing pretty much everything that I've been doing, even when there wasn't a quarantine. I work 7 days a week, 24/7. You know, like I said, my medical bills ain't cheap, so I have to be grinding. You know, so but I can say pretty much that during the quarantine, I like learn more about the production side of it, in the sense of, you know, sitting in the house here in the studio, and, you know, my producer going over, the management team and producers going over like the softwares with me, teaching me new stuff and how to, you know, record, how to do other stuff, you know. So I would say I learned that, and I learned that, you know, not everything I've been noticed, but it hits harder when you finally see it for yourself. Like, hey, all somebody needs is just to be happy. And by performing for a fan of mine who, you know, the quarantine, her mom reached out to me, and it was like, you know, I don't want to go too far into it, but just by showing up to perform for her, you just see the happiness on the faces of her face and the entire family. It was like just so breathtaking, you know, for you to be received that way, and people just love you for who you are. So that just opened up a wide respect for me right there. So I've learned a lot, and I gravitate to a lot during the quarantine. And I hope I'm more, what I say, more of a don't care. This made me even not care even more, you know, because I'm just doing, if you realize, I've just been doing what makes me happy. I've just been doing videos that makes me happy. Anything that makes me happy, you're going to see. So that's what it is.
Audaciously authentic. The one and only AJ.
I'm in the flesh.
I love it. So we have a question coming in from one of our VIPs in the backhand. So one of the things is, you said that you never settled for less. Sometimes I'm afraid I could miss out. What is your advice on overcoming that? Like the fear of missing out?
The first thing you got to ask yourself, what is there that you are scared to miss out on? You know, what are you trying to accomplish? Because you cannot have fear if you're not trying to push towards something. You know, are you fearful to think about pushing towards something? You know, it have a lot to do with it. So I would just say, like, hey, whatever it may be, think about it like this. You came into this world by yourself. You know, you didn't came in, your mom or dad, they didn't brought you into this world with Tom Jones or this other person, you know. So I care about what people think. The world is not gonna love you, trust me, the entire world is not gonna love you. There's no person on this planet can tell me everybody loves you. So fear of thinking about things that you want to do, like I used to be like that. But my brother, who is now my management producer, like he like talked to me, you know, like get my mindset from where that person is coming from right now. And when it happens, it falls right back to where my mom was going through stuff, and I started reevaluating myself. I'm like, hey, how am I going to take care of her? When I go to Jamaica, I came back home and I had to make some major sacrifices. You know, I gave up my truck. I do a lot of different things, you know, to take care of her. So it was like, okay, the last time I checked, no one negative comment is not putting food on my table. No one negative comment is not taking care of my kids. No one negative comments is not putting the bills to my mom medical treatment, you know? So I started like giving to hell's what the world thinks. I just started not caring what people think, and it's also it's just so funny. It started working. When you don't care what people think, you feel free within yourself. You have a free spirit within yourself, and you just be like, okay, wow, it's working for me. Especially if you don't pay attention to the negative comments and the negativity that's out there. You know, when you learn that, when you adapt all of that for yourself, you don't see how much of a greatness it is to you. You're gonna start going towards things that you never even thought you would have been going towards because you're confident in yourself. It's all about self confidence too. Once
Hey,
you and you know that hey, this is me, and I know I can do this. Tell yourself you can do it and act on it, and that's what's been working.
yeah, you just focus on what matters. You focus on your objective. You focus on what it is that you want to create, and don't let anything come in the way. 100% accurate, AJ. 100%. And so, what happens when now you've got 2 million followers? You have all these different opportunities, and you have to pick things. And so, there's opportunities that sometimes you have to choose, and there are things that it may perceive as missing out, right? How do you handle that? Like if you want to seize absolutely everything and sometimes you have to make choices, and how do you handle that fear of missing out?
Well, that's the thing. I don't have a fear of missing out. I don't have a fear of missing out. We're an independent record label and independent. We do everything on our own, you know. So it's like we're not here looking for an handout from anyone. All these opportunities that is coming our way. We're not here stooping low to take something from anyone. You know, we're doing this by ourselves. We're pushing forward, and with the help of you, the fans. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to be here and settle for something that you know, like where were all these big opportunities when there was no eyes on us? You know, where were they? I don't know. They wasn't reaching out. But now that I'm 2.2 million followers and verified and getting the attention, that's when a lot of people want to come your way. So how is it gonna happen? I just gotta stay loyal to my team, and I gotta stay dedicated to it. You know. So that's the most thing. It's all about self-reliance, being loyal to the people who are around you, and everything will fall into place. So I am not worried about an opportunity. I am not fearful about things that I'm missing out on. No, what the Most High is going to grant for you, you're going to get it. No matter what they try, right? No matter what no one try. If it's for you, it's for you. With the good people around you, you just got to stay loyal to the persons who were there when you wasn't. Sorry, I was going to use foreign there. I apologize. But you just have to be loyal to the people who were there for you when you were down. Now that you're getting the attention, you don't need to switch up. You just got to stay focused and let them handle everything that's happening. My trust in my team, trust is a big factor in it. So I trust my team and everyone in my team.
We're losing a little bit on the audio. I'm not sure if you put the phone next to maybe, or you put something next to the microphone. It's a little muffled.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Awesome. We could understand. So what I'm hearing you say, it's, you have just incredible values. And for that, it just staying aligned, staying authentic for you. It's staying authentic, having integrity, having loyalty, and having hustle.
Yes.
That's like your formula.
Yes. And trust.
Some more ingredients you want to add.
And trust. You have to trust the people around you, you know? If you don't trust the persons who are around you, then you're gonna fail. Trust is a big part of it. So you have to learn to trust the persons who are around you. If you trust them enough for them to be there for you when you was down, then you have to trust them enough to know that when you're up, they're still gonna hold you down the same way they was before. Let them prove you wrong. You know? That's just how I look at it.
Oh my goodness, such incredible, incredible hacks, life lessons. Today is actually Motivation and Mindset Day, and I cannot see anybody more inclined with so much motivation, so much incredible mindset to follow your passion and do what you love with joy, with fulfillment, and bringing a team together that's doing the same with that amount of trust, loyalty, authenticity. It's just incredible. So kudos to you. I want to acknowledge that. And that's probably why you have that many amounts of followers, because people feel that. People feel that energy. And we had Peter on our, every week we have different panelists. So on Mondays we have our business panelist, and that's Peter. And we were talking about how any business, you need to have integrity. It is so crucial to have integrity, because especially online, if you don't have integrity, you fall down real fast, and you have that at your core. And so one of the things when I keep thinking about TikTok, you know what song makes me think about TikTok?
Well, before I even touch base on anything else, I just want to say something here. With TikTok and everything that you're seeing, I am not the only person doing. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't just gain 2.2 million followers because AJ is doing this. No, like I said, my team play a major role into it. I couldn't do it by myself. You see what I'm saying? I couldn't do none of this by myself. So I put myself in the back seat and I give them the drive, their drive. I just work and do what I have to do, and I trust my team enough, and they're helping me handle things. They're helping me doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing. So I am not just conscious because I bring myself to be conscious. I was in a place like just like anyone else who is not yet at the standard or the level where I'm at, and I was helped brought from that stage. You know, so my producer, which is my brother Grant Garrett, like one of the most amazing person I've ever met. See what I'm saying? And I would not trade that for nothing at all. So it goes right back to where I said, AJ is not the one doing this by himself. I couldn't have done it on my own. My team, the entire Creatives of LLC, they are behind me 100%, pushing me. It's dope when everybody around you wants the same thing. So
What's your advice for people who are like, oh, no, it's just my thing, nobody understands me, or they don't have the patience to have a team? What's your advice?
Yeah, the first advice is going to be where you messed up right there when you say you don't have the patience to have a team. You have to have that patience. If you don't have the patience, then you're never going to have a team. I was taught when I was growing up, patience is a virtue. You have to learn to understand that. Without patience, then you're going to always fall by the wayside. You're going to think about, well, where am I going up? Because you don't have the patience and time to realize that you can't do it by yourself. You need help.
We could go much further as a team than alone.
Exactly.
What's your advice for people who board at home and know how to make their dreams a reality, or don't even know if they have a dream?
Oh, that's a great question. My advice, you grow up as a kid and you fall in love with something, but as you grow, for example, you reach high school, then the things that you fell in love with when you were much younger started changing. My best, my best, uh, my best word to say towards that is just follow your passion. Whatever you see yourself doing more or interested in more, follow that passion, follow that dream, and just don't ever stop. If that's what you want, then that's what you want. I remember when I just started music, no mother, no good mother don't just want you to just go out there and just throw your life away. When I just started music, my mom didn't want me to do it. My mom wanted me to do what I love, because I used to love science. I wanted to be a scientist when I was growing up. So the music just hit core. The music hit different, and I was like, I don't need to be a scientist anymore. I started doing music, and I realized like, like music is what I love. Like I do everything. Like I make so much sacrifices for it. This is what I love. That's what I'm doing. So the best word I would say, man, just do what you love. Don't let nobody tell you different. When you find yourself doing what you love, making the sacrifices for it, it will all pay off. It may not pay off the way you want it to, but trust me, it's gonna pay off as long as you don't quit.
A lot harder to give up if you're doing something that matters to you too. If it's something that it's not just for the money, it's not for just because mom or dad thinks it's what you're supposed to be doing. If it's something that's really true to your core, to your heart, no
Mhm.
matter what happens, you just keep going, you keep going.
Right. If you do what you love, then it's gonna be easier for you to stay at it. But if you don't do what you love, it's gonna be, it'll be real quick to quit.
And I know somebody on our call today actually is an incredible example of that, who does what he loves and is the reason we are here today. So I wanted to include him in the conversation. I don't know if you're here. Yay, he's on camera. So
How you
Peter
doing?
is our founder here at hackmankind.com. And I wanted to, just, how about you, Peter? How about you?
I'm actually gonna I talk about me enough. No, I don't. I can never talk about me enough. That's not true. What I'm gonna say is there are gonna be people listening to this that don't have their passion, that don't know what their passion is. And here's what I want you guys to do. So first thing I want you to do is get 3 oranges, 2 tomatoes, 500 grams of mince, a pencil, and a piece of paper. Okay? Then when you wake up tomorrow, I want you to do a YouTube video on how to learn to juggle. I want you to use the 3 oranges. Then I want you to do a YouTube video on how to do spaghetti bolognese. And I want you to use the 500 grams of mince and the 2 tomatoes. Then I want you to do a YouTube video on how to write a murder mystery. And I want you to use that pencil and paper. And then I want you to do a YouTube video on how to do still life drawing. Your worst case scenario is that you've just removed 4 things from the list of things you need to explore to find out what your passion is. Your best case scenario is you found out that you love cooking, or you love juggling, or you love writing, or you love drawing. Right? If you don't know what your passion is, the worst thing you can do, and we talked about this earlier on in the week when we talked about choices, the worst thing you can do is just not make a choice. Just choose something. Right? What's the worst that can happen? You'll drop the oranges and throw them away. You'll cook a horrible spaghetti bolognese and have to go and get something out of the fridge. You'll suck at writing and you can't draw. Great, that's it. You've learned 4 things. There's always momentum. And if you don't know what it is that your thing is, just go and do stuff. You'll find stuff. Now, the other thing I just wanted to say before I pass it back to you, Jess, is we talk about quite a bit. We've talked about filters and lenses and armor. And listening to AJ, it's been phenomenal listening to it in the context that we spoke about today, about how good choices require good information. Now, that can also be flipped around another way, which is that bad choices need bad information. Now, AJ would be, I think most people would say, perfectly within his rights to feel aggrieved by that hatred, by those comments, to take those on board. Right? It's tough when people are saying stuff that you don't want to hear. It's tough. And it's especially tough when you know it's not true. And it's especially tough when it's sexist or racist or anything else that no one with any sanity would condone. But instead of giving that energy, instead of giving it focus, he just literally takes it to one side and goes, I'm not even going there. I'm not going to address it. I'm not going to respond to it. I'm just going to leave that to one side. And I'm going to focus pouring my love into the people that see me. And that right there is an amazing choice to make. And it's choosing what is true in your life and what is not true in your life. And that's something I think if you don't hear anything else that's been said on this call, that's something I would dial into if I was you. Whoever's listening to this and going, the more you put yourself out there, the more hatred you're going to get. And I was just doing a consultation before this, and the person said, Pete, how are you so good at doing these lives, right? So the first thing I did was laugh, right? Because I'm terrible, right? When we speak to Sean, Callaghan and stuff, these guys are amazing. And I went, honest answer? They went, yeah. And I said, I did 100 of them on a Facebook page that I deleted. And I consciously chose to do it for 3 months and delete them because I wanted the space to grow in that area, but I didn't want to do it in my prime business. I didn't tell my friends about it. I didn't tell my family about it. I just literally had this page that I just opened up. And I just did 100 Facebook Lives. And I learned the confidence to do it. So I hope you do have a passion. And if you do, go all into it. But if you don't, and if you're sitting there going, I just don't know what to do, juggling is great. Cooking is great. Writing a murder mystery, fantastic. It'll be good fun. And if not, life drawing. And if that doesn't work, pick something else. So that would be what I'd say, Jess.
Thank you so much, Peter. Great insights. And I love that trick. So I hope everybody's getting oranges, pencil, tomatoes. I'm trying to say it with Peter's accent. Mints. I didn't quite catch the mints. And I'm excited to hear back on our Facebook group. If you're actually going to do that, go to the Hack Mankind Facebook group, and I want to see a video of you juggling. I want to see your drawings. I want to see all of that. So let's see what happens. And your followers, AJ, tell them to also put it on there. See, and maybe they can post, right? I have no idea how TikTok works, but could they post like of them juggling and of them trying to do all these like things?
Yeah, you can do whatever on TikTok.
I love it. So let's hear about it. I want to hear about your passions. And I think it's so important to do what you're doing, AJ. And you're such an example, not only for us, for younger generations as well, to really pick what it is that they love and to just go for it and just go for it. So we always love to wrap up with a sort of a question, and we're not wrapping up yet, right? But it could take us down kind of a rabbit hole, and we might want to be talking about it for a while. So just a little reframe. Here at Hack Mankind, our mission is really to confront fear and misinformation. And we want to do that head on. We want to replace that with opportunity, with hope, and with clarity. And that's why we do these interviews. That's why we have our panel calls. We want to provide content and tools that help people take action on their day-to-day life in order to shift. Right now, a lot of people are in fear. There's a lot of misinformation out there, or just a lot of information, full stop, of things going on, right? So when we think about the shifts that are happening in the world right now, for example, in a lot of parts in the cities, a lot of the homeless people have been taken out of the streets and put into shelters. Every night I'm in New York City, and at 7 p.m. on the dot, I open my windows and I see families out in their balconies, like banging the pots and making noise and thanking all the first responders. Those are things that we didn't do before. What are we going to do? What's going to happen when we come back? Are we all just going to be back to normal, ignoring each other when we cross each other on the street? Are we going to put all the homeless people back on the street? Like, what's going to happen? And my question for that is, what opportunity do you see for mankind in general, like for mankind to shift during this quarantine? And what would you like to see happen when we can come out of it? What is your hope?
Well, honestly, in this sense, I'm an immigrant here. I don't know much about the United States. I'm still trying to learn. But what I would love to see on a day-to-day basis is, everyone, just the same way they take everybody from off the street, everyone is in shelter now. Keep those people in the shelter. Try to help them. And at the same time too, you don't know what put people on the street. So if persons are on the street by choice, they have to realize this is a time for them to realize as well too. What are they gonna do? Knowing they should be thinking about what's gonna happen after all of this is over. But come to think of it, is it gonna over? We don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? You're trying to plan ahead for the future. Yeah, that's great. But have you ever planned for something and it don't turn out the way you want it to be, or the way you planned for it? Right? Exactly.
100%. A lot of times you plan for things to go one way and they go another.
You just have to just live every day and just embrace what comes around. You know, have a plan, yes, but you have to just embrace what comes around. That's just the best thing I can say towards that. I don't have no much coming towards that part because I don't know what life is going to bring to us for everyone else, for nobody. All I know for me, I'm just living and just observing. Pay attention to what's going on around us. That's what I'm doing. And I would suggest everyone to do the same.
I feel like one of the things that you bring with your music um, has always a common theme of joy, love, understanding, again, integrity, loyalty, and just passion. Would you say that that's it? Or what, why the music that you do? What's behind all of that?
Hey, behind all of it is happiness. That's all I can say. Behind all my music is just happiness. It's just me, you know. And like the memories covers. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. That song, the lyrics hit core too, you know. So anybody listening to a song like that is gonna take them back down to memory lane. Even if you don't want to go down there, it's gonna take you back all the way back, you know. So, you know, that's why I always try to sing and that give my fans the vibe. Like anytime I go on live, I don't want to just sit.
We need more of your singing. That just like when you started singing. Can you sing a little more?
Oh, sure. Um, Please tell me what do you got? I wanna drink maybe something that's hot. All I need is a remedy. Cause baby I got the flu. I wash my hands every day. Somehow must have taught me something anyway. All I need is a remedy. And if I don't get a remedy, I'ma give this to you. I got the corona flu. Watch out, I might give it to you. Help me, help me. There's a time when I remember when I could shop at any time. And I waited in line forever just to see if I could find a little bit of toilet paper. So I'm about to lose my mind. Cause my stupid ugly neighbor just bought 100 pack inside. Hey, everybody lost their mind. Everybody thinks that they're dying. But everything gonna be alright. Cause please tell me what.
That was the best part. Oh my goodness, my cheeks hurt. I'm laughing so much. Oh my goodness. Mic drop.
You know, it's pretty much about everything that's going on. You know, you go to Wegmans, you go to the Walmart, or you go to the store and like you can't find no toilet tissue. All the foods are gone off the shelves. Shelves are empty. So, you know, we put everything into ours.
The crazy neighbors got it. Oh, that was the best. Oh my goodness, laugh. I'm telling you, my cheeks are hurting. I haven't laughed this much for a while. Oh my goodness, it brings so much joy. And if you haven't checked out AJ on TikTok yet, please do. AJ Stevens. And how else can we reach you, AJ?
So you can find me at I am AJ Stevens on TikTok, at I am AJ Stevens on Instagram, actually at I am AJ Stevens on all platforms, you know?
I
And
am AJ Stevens.
yeah, at I am AJ Stevens with a PH, not V, you know? On all music platform, you can type in AJ Stevens.
And we'll post it. We'll post it on our social media. Make sure that people follow. And what are you working on right now? Like, what's your project? Where do you want people to? What do you prefer people to go to?
Yeah, I prefer people to go to TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, all my music platforms, go to Spotify, Apple Music, download my playlist, play my music, share my music with friends, family, even strangers. Just walk past the street and listening to one of my songs and be like, oh, sir, hey, have you heard AJ? Do that.
My God, you need, I think you're like smiling, right? Okay, here, you need to follow this guy.
Smiling, follow me. You'll get nothing but laughter.
Not fun of you, is enjoying it with you. I wouldn't have the creativity to come up with that. I'm good at other stuff, but that song is great. And the lyrics fit so perfectly with the tune.
Thank you, thank you. Lyrics are, yeah.
And you bring humor to it. It's awesome. It's awesome. And as I mentioned, so I'm seeing the time, I'm conscious of the time. I want to make sure that everybody that's tuning in right now, whether it's our VIPs in the backstage area, your followers on TikTok where we're live, on Facebook as well, you have 2 hours to sign up. www.hackmankind.com for free, and you will have access to all our content on the backstage area. So that's one thing. Another thing, we want to say thank you free as always at any time. We want to say thank you to all our frontline responders. We are offering free membership to all nurses, police officers, doctors. So let me do the right order. Nurses, doctors, EMTs, police officers, and firefighters are welcome to join us. It's our way to say thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for taking care of our loved ones. And you are free for life at any point. www.hackmankind.com. We have panelists on every topic that you want to ask questions. We have a legal panelist. We have education and kids. My goodness, AJ, your kids are at home with you?
No, they live with their mom.
Okay, so it's not you're not juggling the education right now.
No, I do that.
You do that still. So you see, music entrepreneur and dad teaching the kids and managing the education. It can be a lot, right?
It is a lot.
Yes, I just want to make sure whilst you're wrapping up, just as a note for our back office team, let's make sure we get the Spotify links for AJ onto Hackmankind, and we'll push it out in the newsletter as well next week. Because every time I listen to you, AJ, yeah, you're right, it just brings a smile to my face. So I just want to make sure my team here that we've committed to doing that. We've put the follower link in already, but I want to get the Spotify playlist and everything up there as well. So just from my side, AJ, it's been a blessing having you here.
I'll send that over, no problem.
Awesome, thank you.
Fantastic. So any final thoughts before we go, AJ?
Any final thoughts? You want to take someone with AJ's voice and ask her thoughts, not more song? Come on.
Okay, another song. Well, how about both?
All right. Let me see. Well, as you know, I do a lot of cover songs, you know, and I also have original songs. That's what people don't know. And right now I have a song called Freaky Stuff. I won't sing that one. I have Paradise. I'll do that because me and my team, we filmed that one back home in Jamaica. So you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, anywhere, any music platform of your choice. Just type in AJ Stevens, Paradise, and it will pop up. All right? Let me take you on a trip to paradise, my little hideaway. Baby, take a chance and roll the dice. Tell me what you say. Oh, spend the time in Montego Bay. We can build a vibe in the sun all day. Say the word, are you down to play? For you, girl, you know I go all the way, yeah. You don't have to be afraid. Just let me show you Jamaica, baby. It's gonna be okay. Oh, if you gonna please me, I tell her you look like the one. Yeah, we could have some fun, baby, in the hot Jamaican sun. Yeah, you know where I'm from, oh yeah. See, baby, if you come to paradise, I'll give you a place to stay. Tell me if it's love you're trying to find. You know I'm the one you need. Oh, spend the time in Montego Bay. We can build a vibe in the sun all day. Say the word that you're down to play. For you, girl, you know, go all the way. Back to the hotel we stay. Fresh out the shower, don't make me wait. Don't hesitate. Hotel, if you get me, please. Me, I tell her, you look like the one. Hey, we could have some fun. Baby, in the hot Jamaican sun. Yeah, you know where I'm from, oh yeah. Oh yeah, ah yeah, ah yeah, ah yeah. Ah yeah, ah yeah, ah yeah. So that's paradise for you.
Amazing. I'm allowed to say I love it. I love it.
So yeah, go Spotify, Apple Music, AJ Stevens Paradise. Check it out.
Oh, I just went on a dream trip to Jamaica and I've never been there, but I can picture it now.
Now you have to go.
I have to. Thank you so much, AJ. I so appreciate you spending some time with us today, sharing your knowledge, your energy, your beautiful music, and your insights. I think you're inspiring so many, and including myself.
Yeah.
To keep going for your dreams, never give up. And as you say, just this is why you never give up, you never take no for an answer, you stay dedicated in what you believe in and never lose focus, and you just keep going and you will achieve what you want to achieve. Thank you so much, AJ, for being here with us today. I appreciate it. Let's stay in touch. I can't wait to hear more of your music. We'll put all the links below. Please comment, please share this video, please share AJ's music, and we will catch you real soon on www.hackmankind.com. Thank you so much, AJ. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, everybody watching. Thank you, TikTok.
Thank you so much for having me, and it's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.